So setting up the appointment from start to finish at the very beginning, setting expectations, is where the sale is made. Hi, my name is Cassandra Carter. I have been in the industry now for a little under 2 years, and last year I helped over 400 families protect either their mortgages, cover their burial and final expenses so their families aren't going to be burdened, or help them with some future income planning. So today I'm going to be going over a very important topic, how I structure my in-home. So we're going to go over a couple of key points, and I hope you guys get a lot from this training. So the first thing that I do is establish control. So establishing control from the moment that you get the client on the phone and you're booking the appointment to the moment that you knock on their door. Hi, my name's Cassandra. Would you like me to take my shoes on or off? Then I direct myself to a table because I want to make sure that we are sitting face to face. I can write down some notes and collect their information appropriately. This is not a time to sit on the sofa. This is not a time to get personal. You're the professional and they are your client. So I sit down in the home and I take out a client suitability worksheet where I ask, their income, their age, any medical conditions, and I say, okay, tell me a little bit about why I'm here today so I know how best to guide you. So getting the why out at the very beginning of the appointment is incredibly important, because that's your leg to stand on when then they tell you at the end that they can't afford it. So really pressing that why and really finding the pain point and pressing on the pain point is going to allow you to help the client in the most efficient way. So setting up the appointment from start to finish at the very beginning, setting expectations, is where the sale is made. So I go in, I set my license on the table, my ID. You can take a picture of my credentials if you wish to do so. We're going to go over a couple of finance questions, a couple of health questions, not because I'm nosy or anything, just because I want to know the best place you can qualify amongst these list of carriers. And then after I know what you can get qualified for, then I'm going to explain to you all the different products that you qualify for. You can pick one that best suits your needs and best suits your budget. Doesn't matter to me which one we go with. Then we're going to submit the request for coverage. If they like you with your age and your health, that's great. If they don't, that's also okay, because I work with so many other carriers. So if they do like you, meaning they approve you with your age, your health, your medical background, all that stuff, then you're going to pick one that is most financially comfortable for you. We're going to submit the request for coverage for the carrier. They're going to approve you. They're going to take the first payment in 2 to 4 business days, and that's a great thing. And I tell them like that. That's a great thing, because that means that they have decided to approve your request for coverage and making sure that your family is going to be okay if you're no longer here. So after we do that, then I say, would you like to proceed? So I have, shown my credibility with my ID and, the financial inventory, client suitability, whatever you want to call it. I've figured out the why. I've gone into understanding their whole entire situation, recommended a product, they've picked the product out. Now I'm going to show you how I show the prices. So I always explain the product specifications first, because people that are confused, they don't buy. You want to make sure that they understand the product, and then after they understand the product specifications, they understand what it's going to do for their family, then you can go ahead and say, okay, here's option number 1, 2, and 3. And after that, you hand them the paper, give them control of the paper, set the pen on the paper, and say you pick whichever one is the most financially comfortable for you. and then you just sit up back on your computer, iPad, whatever you're working off of, and act like you're doing something really important. You're not going to say a word until they ask you a question, because it takes the pressure off of them. It allows them to make their decision, and you're not pressuring. You're just an order taker. So once they put their initials on the one that they would like to proceed with, you take it back and say, okay, all I need now is a valid form of identification and a valid routing number and bank account number that you like to use. And then just look back down on your computer and act like it's all a part of the normal process. So now, after the application has been submitted, you've found your client a great carrier to go with that suits their needs and their budget. I like to leave them a whole folder. The folder will contain some brochures from the carriers that we've decided to go with. It will also contain their policy reference number that they can utilize if they were to call the carrier. On that note, I leave the carrier's phone number. I also leave my personal phone number and my name written down on that folder, and the benefit amount that we've decided, a couple notes on the products, and the price per month, so they can have all the information readily available. Not only can they have all the information readily available, that if something does happen to them, their loved ones have your information, and they can reach out to you and they can tell you, hey, my mom just passed away, my dad just passed away, sister, brother, cousin, whatever it is, and they can get a hold of you and you can help the family like you're supposed to from start to finish. So I hope that these tips and tricks on my in-home really helps. Also, one more thing, I know it's corny, but I love to take pictures with all my clients. I always say, hey, let me take a picture with you, so that when you call, our picture pops up. And then what I do as another added personal touch is I send them the photo. A lot of my clients are older, so I say, hey, give me your phone. I'm going to show you how we can set our picture to be the picture that pops up when I call you. So whenever I call, they get this warm feeling of me there helping them, and they know the drill. So I hope you all have a wonderful week, get after it, and have a great day.